From Channel 3, this is an Eyewitness News update.
Good afternoon. Here are some of your top headlines on this Tuesday. The governor's office has just announced some pretty big changes to the state's travel advisory list. Rhode Island is now one of 4 states to be removed from the list this week. Hawaii, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and South Dakota are now added to the list. So in total, there are more than 30 states on that travel advisory list. The University of Connecticut is telling out-of-state students whose classes are only online that they can't live on campus. President Tom Katsilas said the decision does not apply to students who have any in-person elements to their coursework and programs. And it is primary day here in Connecticut, and as you can imagine, things are a lot different because of the pandemic. Today's primary was moved twice because of COVID. There are presidential candidates, Republican and Democratic primaries for state representatives and state senators, as well as registrar of voters and probate judges. A huge number of voters are now being allowed to vote by absentee ballots, too, because of COVID. A Republican candidate running for Congress has been arrested for domestic violence. Thomas Gilmer of Madison was running for Connecticut's 2nd Congressional District. He was charged with second-degree strangulation yesterday. The state GOP tells us his campaign has ended. And state officials say a mosquito has tested positive for Triple E for the first time this season. The mosquito was trapped at Stonington High School back on August 3rd. Triple E, also known as Eastern equine encephalitis, is a disease that can be transmitted to humans through mosquito bites.
All right, weather-wise, heat advisory remains in effect not only through today, but also through Wednesday evening. Additionally, we've got isolated thunderstorms and downpours that will be developing across the state. A situation through the afternoon and early evening where not every town will get wet, but where a storm develops could produce heavy rain and perhaps some lightning and thunder. Then overnight, in advance of a cold front, some storms to our west likely die before they reach Connecticut, but we'll see a better chance for rain and thunderstorms by Wednesday afternoon as that cold front slowly makes its way into southern New England. So on our early warning 7-day forecast today, temps into the mid-90s inland, feeling more like 100 if not above. Low 90s and still quite humid tomorrow. Conditions improve through the end of the week. The upcoming weekend looks dry and comfortably cool, relatively speaking. Highs between 80 and 85.
Eyewitness News is everywhere. Get the latest in-depth headlines anytime on the Channel 3 streaming news app.